Well, hello. Namaste to you. Welcome to Rob Z Radio. I'm glad you could be here. I'm glad that you're a zebra. Greatly appreciated. And I'd like to just remind you that you can find me on all social media platforms. What I've been doing lately, actually, is Facebook Living a lot of these podcasts. So you're thinking, I wonder what Rob Z looks like. I wonder how many gray hairs he has. I wonder what his wonderful guests, their voice sound majestic, but what do their faces look like? Well, you can find out by going to Facebook Rob Z Radio, because that's where I put all of the episodes up live on my Facebook page. No shame. Also, you can find me on Twitter, Rob Z Yo. Instagram is Rob Z Radio. Maybe you want to find out what my life is all about, what my son Max is all about. What do I do besides these ridiculous podcasts? Well, follow me on social media. You'll find out all of this. And listen, I'm really starting to get onto YouTube, man. I've made YouTube a mission for 2018, so Rob Z Show on YouTube. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, Rob Z Show, because I'm trying to get that bad boy popping, and I'm really embarrassed that I just said the word popping because I'm 35 years old, and it doesn't really fit my demographic. But let's get to the sponsors of the show. Shout out to Trade Secrets, 1223 13th Avenue in Altoona. Stephanie Height runs Trade Secrets, and she runs it well. Her and her husband, Andy, make all their products in-house. Natural body care products. All in-house research and development, bath bars, all natural deodorants, whip body butters, lip balms, bath bombs, all that good stuff. On Facebook, Secrets and Trade. The Clay Cup, 1304 11th Avenue in Altoona. So on Facebook and Instagram, you can find the Clay Cup. But if you're in central Pennsylvania, it's the meeting spot for everybody in our area. Coffee, tea, and creativity, bagels, oatmeal, soups, and also a lot of pottery painting, watercolor classes. I love the Clay Cup. And anybody who's been in there, nobody complains about the Clay Cup or Sarah. They're both equally awesome. A shout out to Sports Evolution. That's where I take Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's 2900 Plank Road in Altoona with Alan Coble. He's the man. Check out sportsevolution.net. Facebook and Instagram, Leading Athletes. He has a youth martial arts program that is fantastic. He teaches CrossFit. He's a purple belt in Jiu-Jitsu, certified strength and conditioning specialist, certified personal trainer. Sports Evolution, my friends. Let's rock this episode with my good friend, Rachel.
This is Rob Z Radio.
Oh my goodness gracious, we're back. Hello.
What's
up? Were you a Seinfeld fan? Yeah, too young for that, huh?
I'd watched a couple episodes. I'm just there's other shows I'd rather be watching.
There was a really funny episode where Jerry pretended that his girlfriend had a voice that came from her belly, and it would say, "Hello, how are you?" And that was what you just reminded me of right there.
I'll have to watch it.
If you've watched The Office, 80 seasons of The Office, then you could probably enjoy Seinfeld. I'd watch season 6, 7, and 8, and 9.
Okay.
Because those were when it got really
the later
goofy.
Ones.
Yeah.
Family Guy, the later ones are the better ones.
Okay, yeah. And The Office, not so much. It's
No.
usually the middle there was the best part.
Yeah, once it gets season 8, you're okay, we can just end it now.
Yeah. How many seasons did The Office
There's
have?
9 of them.
Is there 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Office towards the end there, I lost. When Steve Carell left, I couldn't do it. I don't know if you felt the same way.
We had the same conversation in the last podcast.
Nobody listened to that one, so let's talk about it on this one. Just stupid. But seriously.
No, whenever What's-His-Face came, that guy I don't like.
Will Ferrell.
Ugh.
Rachel does not like Will Ferrell.
Yeah, go ahead and write me hate mail. I really don't care.
Okay. I mean, he's maybe beyond your generation.
We've discussed this. He's had 5 good movies.
Name his best one.
Elf.
Okay,
and
that's
then
hard
Kicking
to
and
argue.
Screaming.
Kicking and Screaming?
Leave me alone.
Nobody watched Kicking and Screaming.
Leave Me Alone, it was funny.
Was that a movie? Leave Me Alone, it was funny. I never saw that one.
No, it's not a movie.
Oh, okay.
Dummy. I don't know what other movies he's in.
Wait,
there's that one.
Talladega
Anchorman.
Nights.
Those 2.
There's been a million different movies.
Those are his best 4, and I'll leave the fifth one.
What's the fifth one?
Just leave it open in case something good happens.
In case he has a good movie.
In case something else good comes out of him.
See, this is why I like having you on, because you're 20 years old, so we have a 15-year age gap here. Not to make it awkward.
No.
But I'm
old.
I'm 5 years old, so the 15-year gap. I had to do the math in my head, wait, what? Is that right?
20 minus 15 is 6 carry the 1.
My brain's broken.
Square root of that.
But I enjoy talking to you because it's fun to get a different outlook on life. Did we just touch knees? Did that happen? Was it awkward?
No, I
or was
didn't.
that the
You
table?
just made it awkward.
So I like to, because we have, it seems, even though we run in different circles with different lives, we have common interests and we enjoy chit-chatting about ridiculous things.
Exactly.
So it seems like it just makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to since the last time you were on, which was a couple of months ago?
Just like school, and then school some more, and
then
work.
Watching TV.
And TV at least 16 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Barely sleeping, just like eating,
Why do you barely sleep?
I don't know. Like, we discussed this the other day, and like I fall asleep at like 1 or 2, wake up at like 6, and I can't nap throughout the day, but it's okay.
So you fall. It's not like you're doing anything.
Like I'll be like,
I'll
have
just
like
waking up.
Yeah, like I'll just like wake up. And I'm like, okay, I guess it's time to start my day, and I'll wake up like throughout the night too.
Do you have a wake up like check my phone thing?
No.
Do you wake up and check the phone?
Sometimes that might be like a psychological, like, oh my god, is someone like.
Maybe overnight, in the midst of nothing happening in the world,
Because
somebody
that's happened. Like, I've had
needed
friends
me,
like in the middle of the night, like, I crashed my car, like, I need you to come get me, and I'm like, okay, I'll be there.
and you jump out of bed.
And I like wear whatever I'm wearing. My friend, like, she drove into a ditch the one night. She's like, Rachel, I saw a dog and I ran into a ditch. I need you to come get me. And I was like, oh my god. So now I have to like.
Like, don't you have AAA? Like, what kind of life is she
She
living?
didn't want to tell her parents because she was
Yeah.
ashamed because she saw a dog, pulled over, and fell into a ditch.
Well, that's better than like drinking and driving.
Yeah.
I mean, drinking and watching dogs.
Yeah,
That's
and then driving.
Right. Right.
Just drinking in general.
Just if you're driving and you see a dog and run into a ditch, you might have more issues than just the driving part, like distraction issues.
She's really into dogs. Like, I hate her around dogs. Like, anytime she sees a dog, I walk away from her because I can't deal with her around dogs.
I respect people. Nini, my wife and I were just talking about this. I respect people who love dogs. It's perfectly fine if you love dogs. But I personally, like, it's not that I don't dislike dogs. Let's not cross the paths here. What I like is somebody else to have a dog. Whoa. Somebody else. You just get mad about me talking about dogs.
Yeah,
in a
and
bad
my
manner.
phone was like, Robsy starting a live video, watch it. But I'm on it, phone.
Put your phone on silent. That's not, see, this is the millennials.
It is on silent.
Oh, okay.
I hit the thing.
Oh, sorry. What, the microphone?
Quit yelling at me, Mom.
Mom, stop yelling at me. But like, I like other people's dogs, and I enjoy seeing them and then petting them, and then when they're from afar, I'm like, oh, there's a cute dog.
There's a dog.
I'm not much of a fan of like being with a dog all the time. Other people are perfectly fine,
Yeah.
but when you let it take over your life, I feel like it's a problem. Personal.
I have a secret to tell you.
Okay.
I have 3 dogs.
I know you love dogs.
I just don't love the strangers' dogs because, like,
Oh, it's just your own personal dog.
cause I just, like, I don't know how,
That's
like,
selfish.
they take care of their dogs. Like, I don't want to, like,
Infringe.
yeah, like, I'll be like, oh my god, I want to fit your dog. And then it, like, bites me because I'm, like, happy about it. So I'm just like, cool, hi, dog.
Have
And
you
then
had that happen?
No, but, like, I'm afraid of it happening.
Yeah.
Because you never know how other people's dogs are.
You've never had a dog bite you or chase you or anything?
I've had, like, my little dogs. They'll, like, nip at me only because I'm, like, messing with them. But other than that.
I had a dog. I think I'm scarred for life because I had a dog. I went to get my sister one time out of a yard, and she was just a little kid. And this neighbor it was at my grandma's house, and this neighbor had a dog, and I think it was a pit bull, and it like took off after me, and I was probably like, 11 or 12, somewhere around there, and it just scared the crap out of me. So I took off, and it's chasing me, and the owner was yelling for it, and I guess my uncle was watching all this happen from a ladder in a tree.
Yeah.
And he said the dog was about to lunge for my butt. Like, he was just going to take a big chunk out. And then the screaming from the neighbor brought the
Distracted
dog back.
it,
So
yeah.
he would have eaten my butt, which I could have lost a cheek.
You've
So I
been
think,
cheekless.
yeah,
That'd be a good movie.
cheekless.
The man with one cheek. And, like, the struggles he goes through in life.
Always tilted. Like, you sit down and you're always leaning
Would
side
he
one
be considered
side.
handicapped? Like, could he park in the spots?
I would imagine he'd have to get some sort of pad. It's like having one of those wallets that's way too thick.
Yeah, or he'd get, like, a butt
But
implant.
the opposite of that. Right. And there's the one need or practical use for an actual butt implant.
like a
compared to,
Brazilian butt lift, but
Yeah.
like for a medical, because he's had.
Is a Brazilian butt lift an implant? Is that what that is?
No, I think that's when they take the fat from everywhere else and put it in your butt.
Oh, so it is
Yeah.
a natural. You're not getting a silicone butt.
No, it's just like natural from your own fat, but it's still like an unneeded medical plastic surgery.
Unless you want a gigantic butt, or
Yeah.
if you have one cheek that's been bitten off.
Have you seen My Strange Addiction?
Of course.
There's
I
a
have.
lady on there who is like huge because she's like, I just can't stop getting butt injections. I was like, that doesn't seem healthy. Like, I'm watching it, I'm like, I think my butt's huge, and that lady, like, she took up like 2 parking spaces just with her butt.
How does she get on airplanes? How does she
I don't
do
think she
anything?
does, or they'd buy like 2 seats for her.
You'd have to.
Like what they do on 600 Pound Life, they buy like several seats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Strange Addiction show is wonderful, and I don't know. I haven't seen the newer ones, but the older ones with like eating couch cushions,
Eating the mattress, eating like sand.
the lady who only ate
Deodorant?
cheesy potatoes, I think
What?
it was, for 35 years.
I haven't seen
Like
that
her whole
one.
life, all she ate was cheesy potatoes.
Oh my god.
And she wasn't as big as I would have imagined she would have been from just eating cheesy potatoes. But,
Would you be on that show? Like, do you have a strange addiction?
uh,
Because I do. I want to see what yours
I've
would be.
controlled a lot of my addictions over the years, but I had a major issue with Pringles for a long time. Like I could eat a tube.
But that's
no
not like
problem.
that's not the only thing you ate though.
No. If I had to, I don't know. Was there anything that I was like full blown, totally obsessed with?
Like for me personally, every time I eat a Dum Dum lollipop, I eat the stick,
All right. What?
the paper stick.
What?
Yeah, every time.
What?
I've never not eaten a Dum Dum.
Why?
Because I just like I eat the lollipop and there's still like flavoring there. My mom used to do it, so I was like, cool, she did it. So
The whole stick?
the whole stick.
But this much of the stick doesn't have any lollipop on
Yeah,
it. It's just this much.
it
does.
just kept going in my mouth
You ate the whole. What?
every time I have a Dum Dum. I like
so
I like
stupid.
bite it in half and then I just put it. It's like gum, but it's paper, and I just eat it.
You eat the entire.
And now the
thing.
whole world knows.
Well, there's like 10 people listening.
People don't
Don't
listen
sweat
to
it.
you anyway.
But that's very.
That's my strange
That's
addiction.
a strange addiction. Now, is that addiction or is that just like you really?
I mean, it's every time I eat a Dum Dum.
How often do you eat Dum Dums?
I try to eat one every day. Whenever I get one from like the bank or like places have like a bowl, I'll take like 6.
What happens if you eat too much paper?
I don't. It's
Is your-
natural. Like it's
like a
it's a
tree.
tree.
With chemicals thrown in, I
mean,
guess. But
you mean we eat stuff all the time with chemicals?
yeah, that's true. I wonder if you could just eat paper and you're okay.
I don't know.
What if
Probably.
you pooped out an actual log, like a tree?
I don't
It
think that
turned-
could ever
It turned
happen.
back into like a tree log, and I was like, oh wow.
If that happens, I'll call you.
All right, let me know if that's ever a situation. Boy, that I did not expect you to go there with that addiction thing, but that's a.
What did you expect?
Well, just like I eat a lot of Dum Dum lollipops. And I was like, oh, that's
Nope,
not
I
weird.
eat the stick.
There's got to be something that I'm not thinking of that I would definitely have an issue with. Maybe it'll come to me as we're
Okay,
talking.
as we're going, yeah.
But I felt like with that show, you could just make up stuff. The guy one time was in love with his car. You ever see that one?
I saw the one where the guy was in love with inflatable toys.
Okay. Well, the guy with his car, like he'd lay on the ground, and, like kiss the underneath of the car and
Oh,
stuff,
no.
and caress it, and it was a beautiful relationship that I thought really could last a lifetime. So I don't have a problem with what he wanted to do with his life.
Do you accept all loving relationships?
Hey, if you're in
I don't
love,
judge.
yeah, you're not hurting anybody. The car's okay. You're okay.
The car doesn't know what it's doing, but like you know what you're doing as long as you're okay with
Maybe
it.
the car's like Knight Rider, like it's actually alive.
Maybe.
You've never seen Knight Rider.
I've
heard of.
heard of things
David
and seen
Hasselhoff.
references and all kinds of stuff.
So tell me, what's going on this summer? Like you're a 20-year-old, you get out of school, you're going to college to be a mortician.
Not anymore. No, that was my other idea.
Right, you want to be on CSI, like, but in real life, crime scene investigation.
I don't
But
think.
you also want to
Have
be
you forgotten what I'm
editing
going to school
films.
for?
You want to edit movies, but then be on a crime scene investigation team and make CSI films.
Sure, we'll go with that.
What is the
I
ultimate
just like
plan?
I want to be like a editor or director or like anything behind the scenes of like movies or television.
Yeah.
But like if I was on like a prison or a crime show, that'd be totally dope.
That'd
That'd be like really awesome.
The ideal show to be on.
Yeah.
So I should introduce you with. I just had a podcast with this guy Kenny Dodson, and Kenny is it's a Hollywood movie film editor.
Yeah.
Lives in Lidditz, PA, and started the show called The PA Traveler, where he travels different parts of Pennsylvania and
Yeah.
does like stories about different sections of Pennsylvania. But he's a really highly skilled film editor. So maybe
Let's meet him.
if you talk to him,
We're gonna have like a 3-way podcast.
yeah, or he could just show you how to do what he does, like give you some advice and
intern with
to
him.
move forward. Yeah, because
be
that's what
cool.
you want to do.
Help me. I'd love that.
Kenny, if you're out there listening right now, come on, bro, hook it up.
Let us know.
Make it
Message
happen.
us.
If you had like and I think we asked this last time, but if you had your ideal film to work on, like, and do you want to create the movie yourself, or you just want somebody else to create it, and then you start working on it?
I don't know because like, not that I don't have good ideas, but like, there's a lot of pressure like being the director,
Yeah.
and like, I just want to do anything. Like I'll edit it or I'll like hold the boom. I'll do anything as long
Start
as
small.
my name's in the credits, and I can be like, that's me. Like that's what I want to do.
Yeah. And then throughout the years, you do that, and you get good at it, and you can just keep moving
Yeah.
up until you're.
Like I was making graphics. Like it'd be kind of fun to do. Like this sounds really boring, but creating the end credits for a movie, doesn't that sound like you get everyone's name, you just sit there and type it out, and then
The worst.
But like I watched the ending of Infinity War. That was a half an hour of credits. Can you imagine being the person to do that?
I know
How much money they make and all like the names they had to get right.
Yeah, imagine getting the names right, because I'd get a lot of them wrong,
You
especially when it comes to like a Japanese name or something. I'd be screwing all
Would that
of
be
them
kind
up.
of fun though?
No.
That's fun to me.
Well, there you go.
Boring stuff like that's fun. Like I like cleaning other people's homes.
I wonder if there's one person out there who just does movie credits. Like you've
I
one
bet.
role in the movie, it's to put all the credits together. Because that's probably like
And they get their own credit.
who put all these credits together.
Me.
That's the unsung hero of movies.
There's like the MVP.
Yeah, because I don't care. I mean, unless it's a movie that I really liked, and then I might. But once you get down past like the main characters,
Yeah.
I could. There could be any name there.
My
I'd never have
boss
any
at
idea.
school, like he always says, like he stays throughout the whole credits because like everyone is important in the film. And I was like, yeah, like why don't I do that? Like if I'm gonna like appreciate movies, like I should do that too. And I would just sit there for like 20, 30 minutes. I'm like, wow, can you imagine making all those? Like that'd be kind of fun. I know it sounds boring, but that's fun to me.
That's maybe that's your passion then. That's what you need to go do.
And I can't even type too. I can't type. I had
So
to like
you
hunt and
handwrite
peck. I'd hunt and peck.
How can you not type?
I just didn't like it.
Is that common amongst your generation?
No, lots of like all my friends can type.
They all can type out.
And they're like,
imagine.
"Here, Rachel, type out this paper for me," or like type out like do this thing. And I'm like, I can't. Like I can't type.
Well, my thought is, when cell phones are more used than actual keyboards, will anybody know how to type on an actual keyboard? Because cell phone, you're like just two thumbs.
Oh, I can type a whole text message without looking. Like I can have a conversation with you and type out a whole paragraph.
Yeah, but you try to get on a keyboard, forget
And
about
it's
it.
hunt and peck and like papers. Like I had to do like an 8-page paper for Deviants, and I was like, that's gonna take me a whole year,
You should just type it into your notes.
a whole semester
On your
of like
phone.
this.
You should literally write it in your notes in your phone, and then edit it on like Google Docs or something like that.
That could work.
That might be the way to go.
Maybe I'll have to try that.
I would imagine like the new generation of kids might have no idea how to ever type anything.
I think typing will still be like a necessity.
But it might turn into like the on-screen typing instead of an actual virtual or a real keyboard.
We'll find out soon.
Because I think you're like older people don't know how to use keyboards. They're doing the hunt and peck.
That's what
and
I'm
it's
doing.
like hold the shift down. I got to get my finger
Oh, I don't
over
even
here
shift. I
to
caps lock,
cue.
hit the capital, and then I unhit caps lock.
Oh my! Are you serious right now?
Yeah, that's how I like. If I have to do like a capital letter, I caps lock, hit that letter, then uncaps lock. I'm not even joking.
How
like,
are you doing this?
I'll have to bring in my.
How have you survived?
I haven't.
It takes you forever to write stuff.
That's why I like when the paper due. I'm like, all right, better get working on it now because it's due at the end of the semester.
Rachel, that is hilarious.
I know. You should watch me type sometime.
But then your friends text you and you're like, oh yeah, no problem.
And I'm like,
And
like having a conversation with everybody else. I'm like, what's up, guys? And I have like this huge argument sent out. I'm like, yeah, I'm right. No text, no errors or anything.
You know what I've been using lately?
The voice to text?
Yes.
Don't even get me started on that. My mother uses it and it makes me so mad.
Why does it make you mad?
Because like I don't want to hear what her. She's like, go get milk. Like I don't want to. Just type it out. Like use your thumbs, but then she'll hold it with one hand and go like this, and that even makes me more mad because like
Yeah.
you don't need to hold it. You just this.
Older people can't.
It just blows my
I think
mind.
if you're past the age like maybe 45 or 50, you can't do two thumbs. It's a hold and push buttons.
And,
And my
like-
mom always uses ... So there's no period next sentence. It's always statement ... statement ... statement ...
So it's like
And
Morse
the
code,
ending,
kinda.
and the ending is a ... So everything's like a maybe. It's like a suggestion, or like almost
like
like guilt.
alluding to it. Like yeah, like get
yes,
the milk.
we'll be there ...
Dot.
Like does that?
We'll
what
be
does
there.
That mean?
I like read ... like differently in my head.
Me too.
Like maybe, and then there's maybe ... Like it's different.
And I once texted my mom because she texted me ... And I said, Mom, if you don't want me to, I won't. Like, and I was kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, sorry, it was kind of a passive aggressive text message. And she was like, oh, I didn't mean anything mean by it, Robbie. And I was like, oh, that's just how
How
she
you
writes
text,
text
yeah.
messages. And that explained a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I learned that ... is a real thing. Although I find it would be more difficult to ... than to hit the period twice and get a space.
Yeah.
So you're like hitting shift and going to the dot and ... dotting.
Is that where the period is?
I think, is it? Or no, it's right there.
Isn't it right there?
I think the period.
I haven't texted in 20 minutes. I don't remember anymore. Let's check it
You're
out.
such a fast texter, you don't even know anymore.
Oh, it is. It hit the like the
You-
1, 2, 3 button to get to the period.
Right. So she's doing that and hitting ...
Dot. Back to ABC. Typing. Oh my god.
I know. Like, what's going on? Like, just. So I.
Or just not even have punctuation.
Well, that's the other word. That's the
usually
worst.
what I do. Sometimes.
Just a huge run-on sentence.
Sometimes. Like if I'm like actually trying to make like a point and like if I have attitude, that's whenever I use punctuation. Like if I'm mad, I'll punctuate the shit out of that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So it's usually the more fury you have, the less you pay attention to
No,
punctuation.
I'm trying to like
You're
and like
more.
I don't know. Period. I'm so sorry. Like I'll If my grammar's correct, you know I'm angry.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if it's sloppy and just a mess,
That's
you're
when
the
I'm just like,
happiest
whatever.
person ever. That's a reverse from what most people I think would normally do.
That's just what I am, and just not what people expect.
That's very. But talk to text is great for me. Number one, I'm getting like text neck. I'm getting like text neck and shoulders, like where I'm like hunched up like this.
I don't know that.
Maybe you're
'Cause
already.
you're old.
I guess so. Yeah, because half my life wasn't with the technology. Now half is, and my body's like not adjusting.
I got my first
gotta,
phone like
walk
only
around
7
like
years
this.
ago, so I haven't been living with my phone for long.
Well, maybe I don't know, but I'm getting like these shoulder pains and stuff.
Maybe
I think it's a
you're
lot of
old.
age. Yeah,
You're
it's
35.
It's me falling apart. But so talking to text works really well, except that you have to talk like this. Period.
And it messes up, and then whenever you have a word,
I know.
and it completely goes a different word.
I know, and
you're
you're
like,
like,
how did you even pull that?
Where did
Like,
you get that from? And sometimes it will talk to text and it'll have the wrong thing, but then when you hit period and stop the talk to text, it'll correct it to be the right thing. But then I'll go back and be like, I'll change it even though it was already right because I thought it was wrong. And it's just.
Or we'll have like a blue underline. You go to like click it, and it gives you like other suggestions that aren't even like near it. You're like, what are you thinking right now?
I know. And then if you want to change it after it gives you those suggestions, you have to like backspace the whole thing.
And you still have to text. So what's the point of even talk to texting?
It is. It's very
It's
frustrating.
useless.
So I figured I might just rather call people, but then I realized I don't want to call anybody.
I mean, I called you and you didn't even answer.
While I was doing a podcast before this, it's the only reason I
I'm
didn't
pretty
answer.
important. You should answer all my phone
I
calls.
sincerely apologize. You were way too early.
I never call people, but when I do, like, you better answer.
I don't expect a 20-year-old to be punctual in any way, shape, or form.
I'm
because
sorry.
I'm not
You said
punctual
here
at all.
11:30, so I got here at 11. Like, I thought you meant like start at 11. Like, if I have work at 5, I'll leave at 4:30, get there at like 4:40, and then just wait.
Well, see, what I meant was come here at 11:30, we screw off for a half an hour, and then don't start till 12.
Then say that.
I'll say that next time.
Yeah.
Well, you just know from now on.
You're like a woman. You're like, oh, I said one thing, but I mean something completely different.
No, I said 11:30. We would meet. I said let's meet at 11:30, which means let's physically sit down at 11:30.
We were physically
Then-
sitting at 11:30.
I was standing, I think, at 11:30, trying to get things set
I'm gonna
up.
kneecap you, so you always have to be physically sitting.
Just remember, whenever I say 11:30, it means like, well, just be there. I've never been like Nini's always on time, always early. I'm always perpetually a few minutes late. So it's
I mean, you guys balance each other out.
yeah, it's just her getting frustrated with me being late. I think is mostly what it is.
I just love being early. Like
It
you're the
is.
first one there. Like heck yeah.
And
Like, I did it.
100% agree with you. I would prefer to be very early, but for some reason, what happens is whenever I get to the spot of like, hey, I'm gonna be early today, my brain goes, oh,
No, you're not.
You can take it easy for a couple of minutes. 25 minutes later, I'm like, oh man, I'm not early anymore. Now I'm late.
Like
That's
I have
exactly
night
what
terrors
happens.
of being late.
I
That
used
scares me. Like it's
to. Like, you have a nightmare. What's the dream?
like if I
you're-
have like a work at 4 and I like roll in at 4:01, I'm like, you're fired. And I'm like, I understand. Like I'm so sorry. Like that's like I get
Hot
it.
Topic, rolling late to Hot Topic. They're like, you
And
know
I'm a
what?
minute late.
I imagine like that store's always late. Everybody's late to Hot Topic. I would
Not
think.
everyone.
It's not exactly the most don't take offense to this, but professional atmosphere, because it's just like
I understand. Yeah.
band T-shirts and
Disney.
like Disney now.
We have like a whole wall of Disney.
How did that happen?
I don't even know.
Because Hot Topic was like
It used to be like in the 90s. Like
Violent
I saw
t-shirts.
photos of like from the 90s where it's like all kinds of like spikes and coolness, and now it's like Disney and girls
really?
stuff, and it's like half this wall we have is like pastel stuff, like unicorns. I'm like, can we not?
wow.
It's weird.
I haven't been in HT for a while.
Well,
Anybody call it that?
You should no.
Okay.
Come in whenever I'm working. I can hook you up.
I did last year. I came in and bought earrings for
It was yeah.
Nini.
Yeah.
Was that last year? Or, yeah, I think
was
it was
sometime.
Last, it was last winter.
I was really surprised. I was like, is that Rob? Like, what is he doing here?
Is he wearing a spiked collar and a unicorn T-shirt?
What is he doing in my realm
He must
right
love
now?
Hot Topic. Now, Spencer Gifts, don't you guys? There's like a battle there.
It's
because
it's not a battle. Like they're just different stores. But people come in like thinking we sell the same stuff. Like I have people coming in like, you sell sex stuff, and we're like, no, thank you. Like
That's when
sorry.
Spencer's go to the back.
Like
Or go
leather.
to Adult World, lady.
Like leather things, we're like, no, not here.
Do you have any leather whips? You're like, well, we have this sweet unicorn bracelet.
Yeah, we have these mood changing necklaces. If you want one of those.
What's your favorite Disney movie? Since you guys sell so much Disney.
Okay. When you say movie, do you mean like a princess movie or just like other, or like what do you like Pixar with it, or like what do you?
I just mean any Disney.
I don't think I have a
film.
favorite Disney film because I grew up watching them. There's like lots of different like types of Disney, but my favorite
I
princess
could
is
tell from that.
Rapunzel.
Really, Rapunzel?
Yeah.
Because of the long hair?
Just like her eyes, like she looks like me.
What movie was Rapunzel in?
Tangled.
Oh, I never saw it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I never saw it.
It's
it was
so
past
good.
my age of watching Disney movies.
She has like these big green eyes, and I'm like, that's what I look like. And I definitely like I had red hair when I started to like fall in love with her, and I was like, I just like her, but I'm like, I really don't. I look more like Ariel, but I was like a nice hybrid. But I like Tangled because she's pretty.
I that was in between the period of being too old to watch Disney and not having a kid yet.
Okay.
So in that period, it's
Yeah.
creepy to watch Disney movies.
But now watch it with Max, and then he'll appreciate
He
it.
probably would like it.
Yeah.
He loves Mulan. That was
Oh,
one of
Mulan's
his
a good
favorites for a
one.
while. He was a big fan of that.
She's good.
I was back in the late 90s, right at the edge of me watching Disney films. There was The Emperor's New Groove. Did you ever watch that one?
Okay. I was terrified of that movie.
Really?
Yeah, up until like 3 years ago, like I was terrified to watch it, only because like the part where he turns into a llama like freaks me out. But now I think it's funny. Like I love
But as a kid, you were terrified of that.
Terrified. Like now it's like one of my favorite movies. Not one of my favorites, but it's like a good one.
It's actually like really funny.
Yeah,
That
I
was
use favorite as like pretty liberally. I'm like, oh, that's my favorite. What's my favorite? But it's really like not.
So you have like a million favorites.
Definitely.
But they're not. None of them are actually your
yeah,
favorites.
I have like maybe 2 favorite movies, like actually favorite, but everything else is like, oh, I love that. But I'm like, it's okay.
What's the 2 favorites?
Probably Jennifer's Body.
Jennifer's Body?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's with Megan Fox, where this punk band sacrifices her to Satan because they think she's a virgin and they want to get like famous, but she's
Right.
not. So she comes back and she eats boys. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh,
it's like
I've never
such
seen that.
B horror. Like it's bad, but it's so
Yeah.
funny. I was actually just thinking about it this morning. I'm like, I need to watch that.
I've never. Was that newer?
It's like 2009.
Okay.
It's
wow, that's
pretty
like
good.
10 years ago already.
It's not. I mean, there's
9
no
years
expiration date on movies or
But
music.
isn't that? I felt like that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was
10.
11 when it came out. I didn't watch it till I was like in high school.
Jeez Louise. What's the other one?
I don't know. I just left it open.
Oh, okay. So floating favorite.
Yeah.
That's where you insert every other favorite movie you
Basically,
have.
because I don't want to like say it's my definite favorite. Because like, what if I don't like it in a couple years and then like something else comes in there?
How could it possibly be if it's one of your favorite movies? How could you not like it eventually?
I don't know. I mean,
Like,
that's
you
how I
watched
was
it
with
too many
Fall Out
times?
Boy. Like it was my favorite thing in the whole world. Now I'm like
Because you.
guttural noise.
But what will happen? And I've learned this from being a youth and then growing up and
A
becoming an
youth?
adult. A youth. That's a TFH youth. That things that I liked whenever I was a kid or like a teenager, and then I thought became lame after a while. When you get older, enough older to have perspective on it, you're like, oh, I do love that thing.
I mean,
again.
maybe if their next album reverts back to how they used to be, I'll be like, okay, I like them again. But this newer album, like,
I think we talked about this last time, and you can't expect a band to do that. They're
I know.
they're not worried about you.
they should be. I was their like MVP like fan. Like,
When you go when you see them on tour, they'll play your favorite songs.
yeah,
But they're gonna play the new songs too.
yeah.
And you better like it.
I'm not gonna see them on tour this year. I've
Why?
already seen them 3 times.
Oh, okay. I was like that with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I saw them. I loved them so much, and saw them so many times on tour that I don't listen to them anymore because
Yeah.
they're still my favorite band.
I
but
listen
I
to
don't.
like deep tracks, like the ones people don't listen to. So I'm like, oh yeah, they don't play this on tour. Like I can jam out to it.
Right, because you didn't hear it on the radio 500 times.
Yeah, like Sugar We're Going Down or whatever.
But now, when I heard that song a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, wow, this actually is
It's a jam.
a good song.
It's a bop, yeah.
I
But
was just stuck in like top 40 radio mode where it was like, this is a corny, cheesy rock band on a top 40 station. I can't listen to it. That was
Yeah.
always my mindset.
that's how I used to be too.
If a rock band made it onto a top 40, immediately wrote
Didn't
them
like
off.
them. Yep.
Except for Nickelback, they've always been my favorite band.
We're done. Goodbye, everybody.
I'm just being sarcastic.
I found a Nickelback shirt. Okay, 2 stories. I found one at Salvation Army, and the front said, "When I say nickel," and the back said, "You say back." So I bought it. I've never worn it, but like I have it.
Is that an authentic Nickelback shirt?
I think so.
That's awesome.
And then I was at this other like antique place the other day, and the guy had 3 Nickelback shirts, all from concerts. I was like, he must hate them too. Like,
If I would have been Nickelback and their marketing, their merchandising, I would have just made shirts that had a nickel on the back of a shirt.
yeah.
And that would be like, well, that's
Nickelback.
it. That would have sold a lot of shirts, I think.
Because like people wouldn't get it.
So ironic.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
They're like, Nickelback. It's like, yeah,
Or a 50-cent shirt. It was just a 50-cent piece.
yeah,
You were like, 50 cent, I get it.
I get it.
Too late now, though. You guys blew it. You didn't bring those shirts out, and now your merchandising is ruined.
That's like how I feel about the Now You See Me movie. The first one was Now You See Me, and the sequel should have been Now You Don't. But they didn't do that.
What did they call it?
Now You See Me Too.
Is that like the other person now sees you as well? Now you see me. Well, now you see me too. And
I
it's
see
like,
you, yeah, but it should have been Now You Don't. stupid magician movie. Like, it was good, but they should have done that.
Yeah, they should say Now You Don't.
Marketing.
Was Now You See Me a horror film?
No, it was like a magician magic
Oh, who
movie.
was the star of that? I don't watch any movies
The guy
anymore.
from Zombieland.
Oh.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, okay.
Him,
the guy from The Social Network.
Isla Fisher, Woody Harrelson. Oh, he's still attractive.
Woody Harrelson?
Yeah.
Handsome man.
He's pretty good looking. And then somebody else. Oh, that Dave Franco.
Oh, I love the Francos.
They're
John,
great.
is Dave the younger? Are there 3 Francos or just 2? Dave, yeah, I think there's 2.
Dave, and then who's the older one?
John.
No.
No, John.
No.
That's one of the teachers locally.
No.
James.
James. That's what I was like. You're like, John. I'm like, no, absolutely
close.
not. You're wrong.
That was close though.
False.
I feel, and I got kind of stale on that. There's an example of movies that I did love. All of the Seth Rogen, James Franco movies. Mm-hmm. But now they keep coming out with more of them, and I'm like, these aren't that good. But man, it's just me, I guess. It's kind of like liking Fall Out Boy a long time ago. They keep making new stuff, and you're like, eh.
It's just getting like, I want to go back to like how they used to be, because that's what I like. But
Yeah.
I bet they're liking their new stuff. Like,
But does anybody else like their? I always wondered that when you see a band that's been around for a long time and they're still making new music. And I guess they still have. I still do love bands that are from like the '90s that make new stuff, and I like some of their new music. But you got to think like, is there an audience? Like, is there a young kid who just became a Fall Out Boy fan and know nothing about their old music?
when I was in junior high school, when Fall Out Boy just came back, the girl in front of me in like music class, she's like, this new band Fall Out Boy just came out and I love it. And I'm sitting there behind her fuming because they've been around since 2001. She's
Boiling.
like, yeah, this new band Fall Out Boy. I just want to choke her and be like, they've been around forever. Like, they're not new.
You don't even know what the drummer's name is.
Exactly. Like, I was playing the one like deep track from Infinity on High during like class. We all had to bring like our favorite song, and I played that. She's like, who is this? I'm like, it's Fall Out Boy. She's like, oh yeah, that new band. I was like, no. Like, I just wanted to smack her.
Oh, I can't stand that girl.
I forget who it was. It doesn't even matter.
Who is the drummer for Fall Out Boy?
Andy Hurley.
Wow, you are a big fan.
Yeah.
That happened to me one time because I was a big Green Day fan back in the '90s when they first came out.
Green Day.
And then they became big again with like American Idiot and all that,
yeah.
which I was like, I didn't really care for because I liked their old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin, who was like 11 at the time, said, "Oh, Green Day, yeah, they're this band from Britain. They're all English because like Billy Joel kind of looked like he looks English now." And I was like, "No, they're from California." And and they were like, the name is like for green culture and for activists. I'm like, no, actually, Green Day was a day when you just smoked pot all day and sat around.
You dumb
That's what it meant.
kids.
And she was like, "No, it's not."
You're
And I was
wrong.
like,
It's like,
well, why don't you
actually-
Google it, moron? And I
Ugh.
screamed at her in her face, and then shoved her.
I
Like,
just
you
love-
don't know what Green Day is.
I love when people like think they know things, and you're like, actually, I know everything about that subject. So keep being wrong, and I can tell you how like wrong you
I
are.
can just be so powerful in all of my rightness.
Yeah. Like, I told you so. Like, that's like the best phrase.
Yeah, because I really do know more than
I
you,
do.
and I've shut you down.
I don't know a lot, but like, there's a few topics I do know a lot of. So like, don't even get me started on those.
If somebody brings them up, you're automatically tuned in.
Ready to go.
So if it's like keyboard typing, you're shut down.
I don't even get included in that.
But
They're
if it
like,
comes Disney movies,
yeah, they're
all
like, how
in.
many words can you type a minute? I'm like, probably 4 words per minute.
That's pretty good.
I think Mavis Beacon's like 50.
Yeah.
It's pretty fast.
You just said Mavis Beacon. I haven't heard those words in years.
Well, throwback.
Maybe you should buy some Mavis Beacon.
I
Get
try to
on
do like
board.
those online, like learn to type things, and it's like, type the word ask. And I'm like, A-S-K. Like, my fingers, like, it hurts. I can't do it. I'm
Maybe it's
beyond
just-
that.
Yeah. Maybe you're just you're speed typing on an iPhone.
I can hump and peck pretty quickly, so.
I once met the fastest typer in America, the fastest texter in America, at a broadcast at the Walmart Plaza at like Sprint Wireless or something. She toured and went to different places and challenged people in speed texting.
What a talent to have.
It was pretty amazing.
How fast could she text?
Really, really fast. I don't know what the numbers were, but they
A
were
lot.
incredibly fast. But I feel like her and every other girl is like neck and neck for fastest texter
Probably.
Because every girl I know is like just paragraphs. Like Nene tries to I try to have a conversation with her via text. It's useless because I'm first of all voice texting, and it's all wrong, and I'm screwing it up. And while I'm sending the text, she sent me like 6. I'm like, I can't keep up anymore.
I have a love-hate relationship with like double texting. Because like, it's like a separate idea. Like, I'll text you one thing and then like a separate idea.
Yes.
But then some people think it's annoying. And
It
I don't
is.
want it to be like that. I just want it to be like, hey, here's an idea, separate thought, here.
Why not instead, in the body of that text, hit enter twice, so you're
You
paragraphing?
can't. There is no enter.
Yeah, there is. You can enter down. So you can have like paragraphs in your text messages. Now,
This is news to me right
actively
now.
checking the text message to see that
Oh my
I'm
God.
totally right.
That's what return button's for.
So,
Oh my God.
return. What do we do with that? It doesn't make any sense why it's return. What are you returning to?
You're just like,
You've been texting.
do you think it meant kind of like the old typewriters, like you return it to the beginning?
Probably. Yeah.
did.
That makes it. Calling
Yeah.
a phone and calling this a phone is almost, it's like a computer. You know, you call like a cell phone a
Yeah.
phone, but it's really not anymore.
It's just
It's
like
a smart device.
It's just a little computer in your pocket.
Yeah. But that's what I thought. I was like, if you're going to send me 10 rapid fire texts, you could take the time after typing each one, paragraph, start typing the next thought, paragraph space.
My brain
next
doesn't work
thought.
like that. Like
I
I'll
know.
send it and then like as soon as I send that, like something else will come in my head, so I just have to like double text.
I get anxiety from the phone vibrations.
Then
Gives
turn your
me
vibrate off.
Very high anxiety. I usually do.
I usually don't have my sound on. I usually always have it on vibrate.
Me too. Yeah, I do. But whenever I feel that very often, I
I
start
get
to
excited.
get...
I'm like, oh, someone wants me. And then it's like a notification from a game.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, see, I have all notifications turned off except for text and calls.
Oh, so I'm.
Because I'm like super famous, you know, so I
Oh,
kind of have
definitely.
to. But like the notification thing I find incredibly dumb because why do I need a notification that somebody liked my photo on Facebook? Like I can check later. I
Yeah.
don't need to know immediately.
Like I don't post it often on Instagram or whatever, like anywhere really. So whenever I do, it's like 40 people like your thing, and then they comment. I'm like, okay, like why don't you just talk to me in real life then, instead of just like commenting on my posts or whatever.
Because they don't really want to engage.
They really don't care about
They just
me.
want to send something back.
They're like, oh, that's fun. It's like, yeah, but you can also just like, hey Rachel, what's up?
But you know it's the government, the Illuminati, and deep state that are causing all these notifications to keep you tied in at all times so you can never disconnect, so you're always lost and confused and susceptible to their marketing tactics 24/7, 365. Alex Jones. Anyways, let's continue.
Now what are we gonna talk about after you just?
Sorry, I went
on that
I went
little
off track.
spiel
Yeah, I
there.
apologize. No, I made all that up, but that's the reason they have all the notifications. It's so that you're always dialed in. You get that little dopamine, like it's like a drug. You're like,
dope?
oh, I'm happy. Well, dopamine's like you're happy. That's like the natural
I
happy. Oh,
I know what it is.
that's right. You're a forensic scientist. I
I
forgot.
am. I got an A in my forensics class.
Whoa, high five. You
So-
guys could hear it on the microphone. That was a real high five.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. Like an A-, which is pretty good.
Well, it's from all those years of Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter, Forensic Files, CSI, NCIS.
Do you think they'll ever make a Dexter movie? I think it's done.
They were talking about like reviving it, but like I don't know how, like what they could do. Like I don't want to spoil the ending for anyone, but like they ended it like the worst possible way ever.
What, that he's a lumberjack?
Don't spoil
Just
it for
ruined
everybody.
It's been last season came out like 5 years ago. There's a statute of limitations on spoiling.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I'll just spoil the ending to every movie right now.
Like if I gave
Infinity War, guys, you guys ready to hear the
away,
ending?
that's too new. That's like less than a year old.
Darth Vader dies. Is that?
Bruce Willis was dead the whole time. The Sixth Sense. You ever see it? See, that's really old, so you wouldn't even. It doesn't matter to you. Mm-hmm. But if it was like if I wanted to spoil the ending to the new Star Wars,
Like Psycho?
That'd be
like
wrong.
he's
Psycho.
actually the killer.
if somebody doesn't know that by now, that's your problem.
You should have watched it.
And somebody could spoil like Game of Thrones. Like I'm probably never gonna watch all the episodes.
I'm only on like season 4. Like I'm using like a friend's account.
Mm-hmm.
Like I only watch it on my computer, and I don't want to be like that lazy teenager always on their computer in their room. So like I watch regular TV, like in the living room. So
which isn't lazy.
Which isn't lazy. Like I have the big TV. I don't want to hook it up, so I just like whenever like at school I watch it.
Oh, okay. While you're in class, like I'm just gonna watch Game of Thrones.
I haven't watched Game of Thrones in class.
Have you watched shows in class?
There might have been a time I watched a show in class.
Headbuds, like you got the earbuds in. No headphones. You have the audio playing.
Like I had it low,
You
and
should
like
have closed captioning up.
I think I might have had the captions up. I had it on like I just like to hear it.
What did you watch? What were you watching?
iZombie.
Okay.
It was in my mass comm class, and like people were presenting, and like we didn't have to pay attention. It was just for
okay.
like them and the professor. So I was like watching iZombie because like that was what our final was on.
iZombie.
iZombie. No, I'm not
Are
even
you
joking
serious?
you. I'm not even joking you. It was like a mass comm class, and like I don't know why he chose that, but like I liked it. It was a good show.
iZombie. Was that?
It's on Netflix and it's on CW.
Oh, it's a TV show.
Yeah,
Okay, I
it's
never
like this zombie outbreak happens from this drug, and it's just like happens in Seattle, and it's like them trying to
What was the movie with the zombie who falls in love with the other zombie girl?
warm bodies.
That was a good movie.
That was like
I
that
liked
was one of my favorite movies. Like legit one of my favorites.
I liked it. That was a good film.
Yeah, it was cute.
Have you ever seen 28 Days Later?
28 Weeks Later is
Or 20
on
okay.
Hulu, and I want to watch the original because I want to watch the sequel, but I just haven't.
They're both good.
I need to go to like Family Video and just do like a big rent.
I know we've talked about this before, but 28 Days Later and Weeks, both excellent horror movies.
Okay, I'll have to. It's on my list. Like I just need to like go and rent it.
You're gonna go to an actual video store?
Yeah. What else do you do? Wow. How else do you rent movies?
Redbox.
But it probably doesn't have it. So you go to like
iTunes.
Family Video and they have all the movies,
Yeah,
and you get like
everything.
to talk to someone like a real person, like they're working there for a reason.
Yeah. Somehow they're staying open.
Yeah.
Because you. Look at you.
'Cause it's
Keeping
Movies and
movie
CDs.
stores.
Yep.
And you also love CDs.
I still my car is still full of CDs. I think I have like 30 in my car.
After the last podcast, you sent me a picture of your CD collection, which was scattered all over your seat.
Yeah, I have them like in the cupboard up front, in the little arm thing, under each chair, in the doors, and then on the back seat.
Have you purchased a CD since the last time we talked?
Actually, I haven't, but I think I've gotten some as gifts, only because like I like for other people to buy them for me.
You walk into FYE and they're like, somebody came in, they still want the CDs. And you're like, yes.
I haven't
Can I
been there
pay
in a while,
$45
but, like,
for the CD?
Basically, like I have a list of people like want to buy me things, like give me a CD because I want that. Like I can buy myself like clothes. I hate people who buy me clothes because they usually get it wrong.
Yeah, but somebody buying you music, like that's a dicey. You got to tell them exactly what you want.
I do. I'm like, I want the new Paris album. I want the new K-Flay. Like I'd make a list and then go and buy it for me.
What's the hot new artist you've been into lately?
K-Flay is my new like jam right now.
K-Flay.
Yeah, she's this girl from the same little town as Fall Out Boy from Wilmette, Illinois.
Okay.
But she has like this weird indie pop punk Halsey. It's good.
Is it K-F-L-A?
K period F-L-A-Y.
K period.
K-Flay. She's really good.
Is she like a rapper, singer?
She like raps and she also like sings.
That's the new thing.
It has like
You
an
have to rap
indie like
sing.
weird. I like her sound a lot.
The rap sing, I guess, was it Drake who brought it in? It
I
seems
guess.
like he kind of like made this all happen, but now everybody rap sings.
Everyone does it.
Like you don't need a singer on a track; you're just gonna sing it yourself,
Basically.
and then also rap too.
Yeah, kind of like that band that guy died.
The band that
Linkin
guy
Park.
died.
Like they had a rapper,
Oh,
they had a
right.
singer. They had
But now you just do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
No, it's like I don't need anybody here.
because he died.
It's just is that the reason?
I
Once
was
Chester
so
Bennington
upset that
died.
he was in the last Saw, well, the seventh Saw.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, and he died in there, and I was like, too soon. Rip.
If it too soon, but you wouldn't. When
When I
he died in
watched
the
it, he
movie.
recently died, so like I was watching the
you hadn't-
series, and I
gotcha.
like didn't know he was in it, and I'm like, that guy looks familiar. I'm like, that's Chester, and then I'm like watching the episode as it like the scene as it continues, and he's like about to die. I'm like, oh, this is too soon. Like I don't know if I can handle this.
Were you a big fan of Linkin Park?
I mean, I listened to like a couple of their songs. I wasn't like, oh yeah, Linkin Park, but like it would play at work, and I'm like, okay, like I've heard this song, like I know it. It's just
Yeah.
sad when anyone dies, really.
Yeah. Well, it's been weird lately. Well, I guess not so much right now, but that.
Like I'm still mourning Prince. Like mom loved Prince.
Well, Prince. The real weird one was Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell from Soundgarden, which you might not have been a Soundgarden
I've
fan.
heard a
but
couple albums.
It was odd that they were like Chester Bennington was his kid's godfather
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and it was kind of
It's
wild.
conspiracy.
Do you think it is?
No.
Deep state?
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I really don't even know or care.
Who knows what's going on?
They're just dead.
I love
It's
a good
sad.
I love a good conspiracy though. It's always good to jump into.
I
it.
had one, but I forget what it was. I know, and how dumb is that? But like I had one brewing in my head for a long time.
Right.
But I haven't thought of it in a while.
Was it a good? Was it?
It was
like-
good to me. Like I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But now I can't remember what it is. I'll have to think of it harder later on. Remember?
Because I used to want like all conspiracies to be real, like 9/11 and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd watch like millions of documentaries about them, and then from listening to a bunch of different people and like just kind of deciding my own thing, it's more likely that people are just out to do something for themselves, or people are just incompetent, or they're just stupid,
Probably the incompetent one.
than having like a giant mass organized overthrow or whatever. Like that's a lot of work.
Like I had one for The Office where I think Hollywood has like a little game where they play whoever can get like the most Office characters in like a movie. Like they're trying to like get as many as possible.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is that happening right now?
I don't know. Like I'm not in Hollywood now to know,
But
but
no,
like
is the movie if a movie's getting a lot of Office characters in it?
well, there's been a couple that I've watched where like 40-Year-Old Virgin has 4.
Really?
Yeah. But that was before it came out. It had Mindy Kaling, Steve Carell. Oh my god, I'm stupid.
Steve Carell's in.
Yeah, and 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh, duh, yeah, of course. He's the main character.
Crap, who else? There's 2 other people.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. Off the top of my
I'll
head.
have to think of it, but they're like other minor characters. And like I watched Monsters vs. Aliens.
That was made while The Office was out.
I think it was before.
No way.
I think it came out right before.
40-Year-Old Virgin came out before The Office started?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
There's no, I guarantee you.
Use your Google machine and look it up. I'll look it up.
Okay, you're
I have my
fast.
phone
Yeah,
readily
type fast.
available.
So I think The Office probably started in
2003, I think.
Oh.
2005.
What?
2005 to 2013, and then
Hold on a second. The Office didn't start till 2005.
Yeah.
Wow.
40 years.
Then you're right, probably.
Your Virgin is
And I'm a stupid idiot. And here we go.
2005.
So the same year.
So August 11th was the release date of 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Wow. I feel so old right now.
It might have, like, they've filmed it before, obviously, then they released it, and then probably The Office came out that fall for the TV.
And that's when the conspiracy started.
Basically.
And they were like, we're going to start the show The Office. We need 4 of the characters to be.
There's been a lot, though. Like, I watched Monsters vs. Aliens, and there were 3.
Isn't that a good movie?
It's so cute. Like,
I
it's
love
so
Monsters vs.
stupid, but
Aliens.
it's so funny.
Seth Rogen's in
Oh,
that.
my God, he's good. And then Paul Rudd. I love Paul Rudd.
What character does he play?
He was
in Monsters?
Derek Dietel, the weather announcer guy.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He's
yeah.
so funny. And then, what's his face? Oh, he's really ugly. Like a long... Will Arnett. He's in it. He's
Who?
funny. Will Arnett. He was
Will
in
Arnett.
Arrested
You
Development.
think he's ugly?
I don't think he's handsome.
I think he's like unique looking.
I think him and his wife made the ugliest Hollywood baby ever.
Ooh, we're getting real here now, aren't
I
we?
mean, it's facts.
Will Arnett's wife is...
From Amy Poehler from Parks and Rec.
That's his wife?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're
Okay.
like 2 awkward-looking people, and they just made like... Ugh.
An
Give
awkward,
me...
scary,
It was like
baby.
a Chucky baby. Like, it's
Oh.
bad.
It's tough when you see a baby that's not like really cute.
I feel like Hollywood babies, like, they're pregnant for 3 months, and then as soon as the baby comes out, they're already like 5.
Right. Yeah.
That's a conspiracy.
It's because that they don't want to tell the information until the baby's already been old for a couple of years.
Yeah, and
It's
like,
like, oh, this big secret.
I remember it was a big thing, like Beyonce having those twins,
And it's like, where did this
and
come
I
from?
haven't heard about anything. Like, I don't even know their names.
Like, Beyonce, why aren't you showing us pictures of your twins?
Of your babies. Like, this is a big deal.
Yeah, like everybody in the world deserves to know and see it.
Yeah, everyone loves Beyonce. I don't like Beyonce that much, but everyone loves her, and they like want to know.
I respect her. I'm not saying I'm not like a
Not
Beyonce
that I hate her, but like
music
I won't
fan.
like listen to her.
Yeah. Now, Nene, on the other hand, loves her Beyonce.
Love some Bae.
Really into some Bae.
I don't get
I
it.
think
Like,
I think her empowerment for women's awesome.
everyone
I mean,
calls her
she's-
like queen, and like, yeah, it's cool, but like
I mean, you weren't.
RuPaul's my queen.
I mean, well, okay. I was gonna say that Beyonce's from the '90s, but RuPaul's even earlier than Beyonce was.
I love RuPaul.
RuPaul's amazing.
She's my
We talked
hero.
about this
I
last
gave her
time.
a speech on her in class. I think I said about that. Like crying.
Was this at the height of RuPaul's Drag Race? You're like, I can't get enough.
I like haven't watched as much of the season as I probably should have, but like I know like who's there right now. Like I
have no
I'm
idea.
up to date.
Is Sharon Needles still there?
That
She
was like 3 seasons ago.
that was one of my favorite character names.
Sharon Needles.
Yeah.
I liked Alaska, but I also like Bob the Drag Queen. She won, but like that was her name, like Bob the Drag Queen.
That's awesome.
There was one from this season named Ms. Cracker. She was a little white girl, and it was so funny.
How about Lil Tay? To switch gears for a second. This is a young girl. She's like 9, but she's like a hip hop YouTube star.
I don't.
Oh, dude, look up Lil Tay. It's ridiculous. It's like Catch Me Outside girl,
Ugh.
but to the extreme. And her parents like help her make these horrible videos where she has millions of followers. It's nuts. It's
Speaking
like
of like YouTube, remember
next
that
level.
kid who yodeled in Walmart?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was a remix that I was like totally jamming out to. Like there was like one weekend where I didn't listen to anything else for that yodel remix.
There's a lost art form.
That was so funny.
Yodeling.
It was quality.
Are you a Walmart visitor very often? Do you
I sometimes
do
go
you
to
go to
Walmart.
Target?
No, I
Target?
don't go to Target as much. Usually Walmart or like
Martin it up.
Amazon.
Oh, well, yeah.
Whatever I need, I just don't have to leave my house to get it. But I'll probably go to Walmart because it's cheap and
Do you buy clothes online?
sometimes depends on like where.
It's a trust issue though. I have trouble buying clothes online because I don't know
Yeah,
what I'm gonna get.
I have to like look at how they measure their clothes and like measure myself and then like see where I fall.
That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah,
Just go
I had
to
to
the
like really
store.
like their out. Like I had a $30 store credit for this one website, so I was like, okay, like I can get this one clearance like sweater skirt set, and I like measured it because I don't want to like have it wrong.
Sure, yeah.
Because that's what happened the last time. Like, I ordered a pair of shoes through them, and like they were too big.
Like
So-
giant clown shoes.
Well, I ordered a 10. That's what I usually am in heels, but it was like
Whoa,
loose.
wearing heels, getting fancy.
Yeah. They're,
Wow,
like,
for
little,
what?
Just to have heels.
Oh, okay.
I like to have shoes, but I don't really usually wear them.
Just to be taller.
I have a closet full of shoes. I wear like 3 pairs of shoes. Like 2 sneakers and flip-flops, but I have like 6 stilettos in there, like all kinds of stuff.
I think that's most ladies, right? That's
In case I need it, you know?
in case you ever get dressed up for something.
Exactly. Like I have these long, like really pretty dresses that I wear like once a year, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm saving this one for a funeral. I don't know why. Like
Somebody's gonna die.
someone's gonna die eventually, so I have this dress ready.
Yeah. I mean, Why not be prepared?
And I'll look hella good.
Buy your wedding dress now. Get that thing ready.
Oh, I'm not buying that.
Who's buying that?
I don't know.
Somebody's going to have to.
Someone buy my wedding dress for me.
Or you just go to the Justice of the Peace, I guess, and just get married and wear
Probably.
you just wear a tank top.
Who even knows
Nobody
I'll
would
get
care.
married? I'm just forever alone. I'm just alone with my cats and dogs.
Wah, wah. Do you think you'll be a cat lady?
No. I don't know. I say no, but like I do like cats. They're cute.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
Probably
ever...
be a snake lady.
Nobody...
Like a reptile amphibian lady, you know?
A snake lady! Oh my gosh.
I almost bought a snake the other day because I have a single room at school now. So I was like, oh, I can get like a cute little animal. And like I was looking at the snakes and the turtles. But like the snakes, I need to have like a humidity thing. And I was like, that's too much to worry about like on like at school.
Yeah.
And then like turtles, they need 10 gallons of water per every inch they are. 12 inches each. I was going to buy 2 of them.
So turtles can go in the water. Tortoises cannot. Is that right?
I don't know.
I was just talking to Nini about this, not to break your story up, but
No.
I'd like to clarify because one of them can swim, one of them can't. And there's a video of somebody, they were taking what I believe to be a tortoise off the road, and they thought they were saving it.
Oh,
so
and
they
they put it
threw
in
it
the
over
water.
the bridge into a body of water, and somebody wrote, it was a social media outrage. That turtle's dead. It can't swim. It's a tortoise.
Oh my God.
They can't breathe in the water. But I guess turtles can.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know the
I don't
difference.
know
I know the
which
difference between moths and butterflies.
It's like crocodiles and alligators. Like, I don't know.
The crocodiles have like a shorter snout, I thought, and it's more rounded. Alligators are longer and pointier.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
And like moths and butterflies, like when butterflies land, I think they keep their wings up, and moths lay their wings down when they land.
Oh. I always thought moths were ugly and butterflies were beautiful. That's how I kind of took it.
That also works.
But do you think that being a cat lady is something that just happens? You're not going to set out at 20 years old like, I'm going to be a cat lady.
I don't know. I
You
feel
just
like
become.
you like just collect animals, and you're like, oh, I just love animals so much, like a hoarder. I've
But
seen.
aren't you kind of torturing the animals at some point by having
There
them all
are
packed
like
in your
hoarder
house?
episodes where like they have like 30 cats, and like half of them are laying around dead.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think a few animals. Like I have 3 dogs, and that's like a lot, but it's like enough. Like we're not gonna get any more.
Well, that's what you say right now.
I mean, yeah.
Until the more lonely you get, and the more animals start coming in, or maybe you're not lonely at all. Maybe you want the dogs to have more friends.
I just like to
hang
have
out with.
dogs. Like they're just fun to play with, and they're cute, and they're
And they listen to you.
yeah. Like
They
at least
don't
someone
talk
listens
back.
to me.
Yeah. That's why I have to have you on here, just to make sure somebody's listening. That's why I want to have you on to talk to you, so you know that somebody listens.
Someone listens to me. Thank you.
My friend just recently told me that his mom has, I think he said 24 cats.
Nope.
And 5 dogs.
Nope.
And I said, what? Number
Okay,
one, how
excuse
can
me?
you breathe in that house? Maybe I would be dead from allergies.
Yeah.
And like, what doesn't even make any sense? Like, what do you do? Like, where do you go?
I don't think there's like a limit on cats. Like that 24 is a
There
lot.
isn't a limit on
24 is a lot. Like let me explain.
What about on
this.
snakes? How many
Let me.
snakes?
Okay, I can have as many snakes as I want because
Okay.
they don't smell like cats do.
Snakes. What about the snake skin?
And you just throw it away.
Make a lot of boots.
There isn't like a small limit on cats. Like 2 cats, 3 cats, whatever. But like when you get to like the 20s, like okay, you might need to slow down there.
So right around 18, 19, you're still hanging on. That's okay.
I don't even know if there's like a low ball number.
I would say
I feel like once you get to 10, it's like I think you got a little problem there, buddy.
it would all depend on the size of the home and the amount of land you had.
And like how they're being kept too.
Exactly. Like if you have a farm and you have 20 cats, like
Cool.
whatever. That's a
But if
no
you
big
live
deal.
in like a trailer and you have like 60 cats and 20 dogs, it's like, no.
There's a real issue.
There's a problem there.
I don't know where you're going, sleeping. I don't know how you're moving.
Sleep outside probably.
You're stepping on animals as you walk through the house, like just trouncing on them.
Yeah, it's
But this lady doesn't let. She has 24 cats. Doesn't let none of them can get out of the house. They're all stuck in the house, and it's like that seems like animal torture.
I feel like it is. We should report her.
Somebody should say something. I am saying something right
Something.
now, but I won't say who the lady is because it's not my place.
Let's name drop.
Do you have 911
We
on speed
subtweet
dial?
her.
Can I text 911? What if you text 911? Is it like a? Is it
I think
still
you
a
can
landline?
because like, what if there's like a murder in your house and like you're hiding in your bed? You want to be like, help! There's someone in my house. Like I think you can
That's
text
so
them.
antiquated at this point to
Antiquated.
whisper.
That's like one of my favorite words.
What if I talk to text? Hey 911, there
There's
is a
some-
killer in the, and it's like, ding, didn't pick that up. What did you say? I'm like,
Bing!
oh
It's like,
God.
shut up! They're gonna kill me.
That's what talk to text.
Like
is
Jason's
about.
in your house and like it's gonna kill you.
Yeah, I think about that with my phone. It would be it's a great thing to have, but if you're hiding,
Not a good thing.
sometimes things just happen on your phone that make a lot of noise. Like Instagram, You go to watch one video and turn the sound on, then you forget
To turn
the
it
next
off.
video you go to, like the loudest noise ever.
Or like I have a Sims free play game on my phone. I love Sims, but like the notification isn't like a beep or anything. It's like them talking. It goes like "soo," and it sounds like that. So I'll be like, what the heck is going on with my phone?
It was like a Tamagotchi back in the day.
Oh my god, kinda.
Did you have a?
I think I had like one or two, but there's an app for it now, so I really don't need to have.
They would just talk at all random times, and you were like,
Like
maybe
you're
that-
in class
was
and
it
you're
the
like,
Furby. The Furby talked all the time. Something did.
something
I don't
talks.
know.
Everyone talks.
It was just making random noises. I was like, why?
What you doing?
I didn't have one. It was just my sisters did.
Mhm.
I recall them just making random noises for no reason. My Teddy Ruxpin used to do that when the battery was getting low.
Teddy
He'd be like,
Ruxpin? Oh my
"Hi,
god.
I'm Teddy Ruxpin," and it was scary because he was like a monster.
Mhm.
And then I would watch Child's Play and think that he was going to come to life and kill me.
That's like
Or
the,
that, what's the show that you love? Where the late night after dark, the Freddy's.
What are you saying?
Freddy's something. Freddy's, where the animals are. It's
Five Nights at Freddy's? I don't
Yeah.
like that. I've never even like played it.
Whatever.
How do you know-
We've talked about it on the
But
podcast
you're like that thing you
before.
like? Yeah, that thing you like? Yeah, no, don't like it.
That thing that you know of that you told me
That I
about.
genuinely have a broad understanding of.
Yes, that's what I meant by like.
Oh, okay.
That you had an understanding of what it was. So I don't know where to go with that, but I don't know. I hope that one day you become a cat lady, and I hope that one day you service and help a lot of animals, because it seems like that's one of your big passions in
Be
life.
a snake spider kind of lady.
So be
Turtle.
the snake lady.
I
walk
caught
up.
a spider in my yard the other day.
I go to the Huntington County Fair, and there you are with like 8 snakes wrapped around your body. I'm like, oh, Rachel,
You.
the dreams come true.
I found a spider in my yard. It was a wolf spider. He was about this big, about like big. I don't know. For those who can't see, he's big.
Like the size of a small dish, a washer, the size of a washer.
Sure, we'll go with that.
All right.
But like I saw it, my dad was like, "Rach, hurry up!" I'm like, "What?" Like he always calls for me. I'm like busy. He's like, "Rach," I'm like, "Dad, what?" And then he's like, "Look," and it was this big spider, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I got some gloves on and I like captured it.
Whoa.
And
You
then we
weren't
like,
scared.
I don't have gloves on. When I have gloves, I'm invincible.
Yeah, it's true.
And then like we took it in the house or in the garage, and we were gonna scare Mom with it.
The garage.
Yeah, the garage. And then later on, we found a mole clawing around the yard. So I caught that, but he was fast. He was fat but fast.
They are quick.
So it took like Dad and I to capture him.
What did you do with him?
Kept him in a little shoebox, and I released him later on.
Aw. We had chippies in our basement, and I
Aw.
caught them, and then
We get bats in our house a lot.
Do you really?
I love bats.
How do they get in? Do you think
The attic.
they can
They
crawl
fly
through
in.
somewhere
And then like they're there, and then like Mom will open the doorway to come down, and they'll fly through.
through the house?
Sometimes. One went in the dining room the one time. Like it flew down the stairs.
You seem like you'd be okay with random
I'm usually the
animals.
one that takes care of like the animals or like anything that like happens in the house.
I really want to be that person.
Like Mom's afraid of like I used to hate stink bugs. Like I would scream and run, have my dad take care of it. But now I can do it myself. I just take a tissue, throw them away, or flush them.
Now, see, here's the thing I have a problem with. Why you got to kill the stink bug? Just throw it outside.
Because it shouldn't be alive. Like why?
They're doing something for the ecosystem.
No, they're not. They just smell bad. And they're
Good point.
stupid and ugly. I hate them.
That's probably what they think about us.
Probably this big giant monster trying to flush me down the toilet.
I always.
What if you smash them? They smell. So you flush them and they don't smell.
I just scoot them onto a piece of paper and then take them outside and let them be free.
I don't want no.
Then they get back in my house.
They don't deserve to be alive. It's like my least favorite thing on the planet.
We have little ants right now that like have come from outside through our door, and they're somewhere like in our cupboard. We found like a couple spots, and we had to kill the ones that were in the spots. But they keep coming through on this track, and I just kind of let them go. And Nini's the same way. She's like, they're like they're the really small
little
ants.
ones, yeah.
If they were bigger, gross.
We would get like really big ones in the house. I don't know how.
That's weird.
I don't know how.
I'd be scared. I'd be like weirded out if it was a big ant. But
It was
the
kind of
little
like,
ones,
bigger. Like you could see them. You're like, ugh.
like I think about the little ones. Like, well, you can live here too. It's not. a
Like,
big
why not?
deal.
I
You're
pay-
not taking up any
You're not-
space.
just pay rent.
Yeah, just stay out of my way. Like I don't want to like get into a box of something. Like I got into my raisins.
Ugh.
Ants were all through the raisins, and you can't.
Those raisins?
No, not the raisins that I have in my waffle right now.
It's not even a waffle. It's a little piece of waffle with a mountain of peanut butter and raisins on it.
Yeah, well, it was a big waffle at some point. The problem with raisins is they get so clumped together that I can't separate them. Then your hands are all sticky from trying to separate the raisins, so I just throw globs of raisins on my waffle. There's like 40 raisins on one waffle. It's weird.
Can't remember the last time I had raisins.
But
I like raisins.
the scariest thing about ants and raisins is you can't see the ant. So you'll be eating raisins, and this is what happened to me. I was eating raisins, and I was like, wait, why is there an ant on me? So I got a bowl, and I dumped the raisins into the bowl. It was like a big tube of raisins, and there was like 40 ants in there.
How many ants did you eat then?
Probably like 100.
Oh.
I hear they're good for
Are you Ant-Man?
I am Ant-Man.
And I'll be the wasp.
People always want to talk about like being able to fly like a bird or something. It'd be cool to like shrink down and be really small.
I think if I could do like a superpower like that, either they'd be like invisible or like read minds. That's what I'd want to do.
I feel like reading minds would ruin your life, though. Like, you want to read minds, but then once you did, you'd be like, oh, boy, I didn't need all this info.
But, like, I mean...
Selective mind reading.
It's kind of like TV, but, like, in your own head. I don't need to watch TV anymore.
Off.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just...
But you could, like, it'd be great until somebody thought something that I was like, man, I didn't...
Wish I didn't
need to know that information.
Or, like, become invisible. Like, that'd be fun.
Yeah, invisible would be fun.
Then you can, like...
But I think shrinking down would be really fun, too.
So someone can step on you.
Well, yeah, you'd have to be very mindful.
Very careful.
But you ever watch tiny bugs? They crawl along the edges. They're always on the edge of something until they get lost and they're just like on the middle of your table. You ever wonder how like an ant got in the middle of your table and you're like, oh, buddy,
how did you do that?
You're in trouble.
I'm gonna kill you.
Like you don't know where you're going. Where's the crew? Where's your crew at? Because nobody knows where they are. You've ran into some hard times here. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about? I feel like I hit a wall right there with the ant story.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground.
How long this has been?
Almost an hour.
An hour of genuine.
I really don't feel like it's been an hour.
Powerful and passionate conversation about absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Which is usually why I like having you on. It's just goofy
It's like an
conversation.
hour of nothing, but it's fun.
So back in the day, Rach came in. You job shadowed me at the radio station, the Hot 100, and you sat in for a day, and you had insightful, fun things to say, or something. I don't remember what you said.
I usually don't have anything to say.
You've said a lot though today.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not have you on the podcast? And I think we should find like a goofy topic since you're home for the summer.
Yeah, we can do like once a week if you want.
You're laying around doing nothing.
Nothing.
You literally have no life.
Like this morning, I was laying around waiting to leave, watching prison shows. Like that's all I was doing. I watch prison shows because I'm never gonna go to jail, so I'm curious what it looks like on the inside.
Whoa, you don't know that.
I mean, what am I gonna do?
Being a snake lady, I'm sure something bad could happen. That would land
like
you in
what?
jail. Like the snake kills somebody, and you're like,
it's not my fault the snake killed somebody.
It's your snake. You're responsible for it.
I don't know that snake. That's not mine.
How could they ever prove snake purchases? You could just be like, I don't know that snake.
I have to pay with cash.
Now,
there's no
those
proof.
4 snakes, those are mine.
But
that snake,
one,
I've
no.
never seen that in my life. That
Who
anaconda is not mine. This is a weird story, right? So my friend Matt, they used to have a pet snake in a giant aquarium in their basement. They had this big snake. I don't know what it was. I forget.
It was a snake.
It was, but I don't know what kind of snake.
Probably
Obviously, it was a snake.
A cute snake.
It was like one of those thick, weird. It like wrapped itself up in the thing. It was like too big for the tank. It was animal torture, really. I was like, what? Or reptile torture. You're torturing this thing. You're leaving.
Reptiles are animals, though.
Okay, so you're like,
Isn't it an amphibian
it can't even move in this tank. So they left and went on vacation for like however many days. Came home, the snake was gone.
Yes.
Not dead, but gone.
Yeah.
And it must have crawled into the wall.
Oh yes.
And they never found it. And this thing was like a couple of feet long, and they never found the snake.
That's amazing.
It's scary, and it probably died somewhere in the wall.
That's goals. If they find it, can you give me the skeleton?
That's goals? You want to have a dead snake in
No,
your
I
walls?
want the skeleton, though. Like, if they find it, will you let me know?
There's no snake skeleton.
Yeah.
What's it look like?
It's just, like, ribs and spine and long.
Really?
Yeah, I want one.
I always pictured they were just, like, globs of fat.
No, they have, like, bones.
They have actual bones.
Yeah.
There's something I never knew. That might sound totally stupid, but I never imagined a snake having
snakes
bones.
have, like, bones. Like, rib. Like, it's, like, mostly, like, a rib.
And then one long spine.
thing. Yeah, like, they don't have arms or legs.
Wow.
But they have, like, a skull and, like, a little tail and stuff.
That's so weird.
I have a deer skull. And then I found, while we were fishing, I found the chest portion of a deer skeleton that I took home. My dad saved an entire possum skeleton for me.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
At least your parents, this is what I like about you and your family. They're very supportive of
I mean,
who
my
you
parents
are.
probably wish I was doing other things with my life.
But they're supporting your love for random animal
Just dead skeletons.
skeletons.
Like, most parents are like, oh, you want to go, like, out and play sports or, like, go do this. I'm like, can we go see some skeletons? Like, that's what
Where
I
do you
like.
go to see some, like, a
There's
museum?
a place in Pittsburgh, or not Pittsburgh, Philadelphia has a couple museums that people told me about, but I haven't been to Philadelphia yet. So
Have you been to the National Institute of History or whatever it is, the Smithsonian?
In D.C.?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Like, I saw
pretty amazing.
the animal one where there's tons of animal skeletons around.
Did you know that most maybe all of dinosaur exhibits are not actual dinosaur bones. Those are not the real bones. They're fake bones because
Really?
they have to keep the real bones somewhere else
That would make
to
sense,
preserve
though.
them. Or conspiracy time, there never were dinosaurs and they just made it all up
Or conspiracy, Jurassic Park is actually real, and there's dinosaurs hidden around the world.
at this on this random island.
Yeah. Like, I watched Jurassic World again last night.
Were you like the new one?
It's not bad. Like,
I didn't.
Chris Pratt's kind of cute, so that's why I watch it.
Oh, he's a great guy. He's funny. I was very off put by the mutated super dinosaur.
The Indominus Rex.
I thought that was pretty dumb.
Yeah. I mean,
It kind of ruined the movie for me.
they were all like, I don't know if we should do this. And she's like, no, I think it's a good idea. And like the scientist's like, yeah, let's like create a really, really scary raptor. And the guy was like, I don't know about this.
Totally feasible that could happen.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but not with a dinosaur. Like, they could genetically engineer like something else.
Yeah.
Like, crocodiles are kind of like dinosaurs. Like, they could put that with a bunch of other stuff
Yeah.
and make a scary thing.
That's something I love thinking about. Like, if you saw a crocodile, say they weren't on Earth, and all of a sudden you saw one, you'd be like, well, that's an alien.
That's scary, yeah.
That's terrifying. Just like you think like dinosaurs, there's no way. Well, look at a rhino or look at a crocodile.
Like,
or,
you see, like, there was the one animal, like, running in the field, like, the one dinosaur, and it looked like a chicken. Like, chickens are, like, through, what's that thing? Evolution. Kind of like T-Rexes and chickens and all that.
Just like dogs are just wolves that are domesticated.
But can
over
you
years.
explain, okay, that kind of confuses me, because, like, how do you explain chihuahuas?
Some
Exactly.
This is from my limited amount of knowledge that I understand about this, but throughout centuries of dog breeding,
A long
from
time.
having like a wolf that became your companion, and then that somehow started to turn into domesticated dogs. They domesticated down,
Very down
to where
to
you
a
had
chihuahua.
lap dogs. Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand it, and I might be getting it wrong.
Confusing.
If somebody's listening or watching and has more information, feel free to
Let us
correct me
know.
on everything that I just said. But I think it's something like that. And what did I have to say? Something about dinosaurs or something about dinosaur bones.
Something.
Oh, Jurassic World. So,
Yeah.
did you watch the old Jurassic Park?
Yeah, I think I've seen the first and the second. I haven't seen the third one.
It's garbage.
That's
not
what
worth.
I kind of
Did you like the first two?
Yeah, like, they were good. Like, it's
They were old, though,
like the
for
original.
your-
Like, it was good
I feel like Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, my favorite Jurassic Park.
of all of them.
I like that one a lot. But, well, maybe the first one was really good, too.
The originals are always the best,
Yeah.
and then like the sequels, they just like take ideas, and it's like, I don't know.
Especially with Jurassic World, CGI has been bothering me a lot lately. It seemed like in Jurassic Park, the CGI was really good. I guess because I was young and it was new, number one. But I feel like it just felt more real. Now I feel like CGI looks so fake. Even though it looks better than it ever has.
It looks more real, but you can also tell it's kind of fake.
Like, there's something there. There's something going on that I don't enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, because like that, there's just some things about it that are just like,
You've watched the new Evil Dead.
yeah.
How it was all, there was no CGI. That was all animatronics. It was all real footage.
I'll have to think back, because it's been a little bit since I've seen it, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, go back and watch it. But they shot that just like they shot the original. They didn't add any weird CGI, and it was all real, like in real time, whether it was a robot or whatever. But that was a perfect example of how you can still make something really quality. I mean, of course, it's much more. I think it's more expensive to have CGI. But
think
it
so,
takes
too,
more
'cause it's
time
like-
to have the real.
I know with like what's that movie? Zootopia. They had to draw every single individual hair on every
What
animal.
movie?
Zootopia.
Oh, Zootopia.
Like, it's animated, but still, like, with animation like that, they have to draw every single detail, like every scale, every tooth, like that for the dinosaurs. Like,
Yeah.
that's a long time. That's a lot of work, a lot of money.
Yeah. If that's what you're into, taking
CGI.
all that time.
Like, most of like the new Avenger movies are basically just like CGI and stuff.
Imagine acting in those.
So you're not like really doing any acting or like watching like acting. It's just like drawing pictures.
It really takes. Well, the movies are pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean they're
But-
good. I mean they're
There was that one really dumb movie.
which one?
And it was like CGI giant robots fighting in the ocean, and it had Charlie Day from That's Always Sunny in Philadelphia as
I know
one of the main
Charlie, yeah.
characters.
Pacific Rim?
Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Good job.
I'm good with movies.
And it reminded me of like an updated version of what the Power Rangers used to be.
Kind of, but like a Transformers Power Ranger
It
kind of
was
like hybrid.
So dumb.
I didn't watch
But
it. It's
the
like a
cut-
video game, so like they thought like, oh, video game, let's make it a movie, but like
Yeah. Well, the cut scenes were like from this amazing CGI ocean fight scene between these giant robot and monsters, and then it would go to like Charlie Day inside of like some sort of
Charlie Day
control
just
center. And
he
I was
just
like,
kills
why is-
me.
But why was he him
Why
as the
would they
main
pick
character?
him?
So
Like-
bad.
Like someone more like menacing and like just better.
Yeah.
Not that he's a bad actor, but like I don't
Will
picture.
Ferrell or something. Right? No.
I just don't picture Charlie Day as like a serious actor.
No, it
Not
doesn't
like that
make
at
any
least.
sense.
Like him in Horrible Bosses. That's another good movie. It's one of my favorite ones as
That's a good
well.
movie.
I love it. It makes me laugh.
All right, well, let's wrap it up there. 'Cause I don't know.
Wrap.
I'm not. I have nothing else to say. So we'll talk to you. We'll have you on again, and let's like find some stupid things to talk about, and we'll talk about them.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
If they want to find you, where's your house at? Give them the address.
I live on Pennsylvania Avenue, DC. It's a big white house.
Oh.
Is it Pennsylvania Avenue?
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
Boom. Wow.
I can't think of the exact. Is it like 1100?
Oh,
There was a movie named after the address of the White House.
I remember that from the
can't
old Disney movie, My Date with the President's Daughter. Yeah. That was a good movie.
Unfortunately, never saw that one.
Oh, this kid, like the teenager kid, like meets the president's daughter at the mall, and like they go on a date, but she doesn't tell him she's the president's daughter. And then like he's like, "Why are these people following you?"
How would
She's like,
nobody know?
it was, I think it was Disney or Nickelodeon or something, but it was good.
It sounded really good.
Had like a pop punk band do like the intro. My date with the president's daughter. It was
Is it
good.
Fall In Boy?
Probably not.
Somebody should have a cover band called Fall In Boy.
Trip in girl.
Fall In, yeah, Trippin' Girl. Trippin' Girl.
Tripping girl.
That could be a whole thing.
Let's make it a thing.
All right, Rach. Till next time.
Adios.
Bye-bye. I don't know what adios means.
Isn't it bye for Spanish? Spanish for bye? Oh my god. I'm stupid.
Isn't that bye for Spanish?
It's so stupid. Just cut it now.
No, it's the best ending ever. Okay, bye. You know, Rachel, we've had a good episode here, but what do you say we head on down to Juice and get ourselves maybe a smoothie bowl, maybe some bone broth? Let's do our bodies good, Rach. Come on, girl. I know you don't like being called Rach. I apologize. It's Rachel. You're so mad that you're not even going to talk now? I understand. Listen, let's smooth it all over at Juice, JOOS, 517 Allegheny Street in downtown Hollidaysburg. Jen, who runs Juice, is amazing. She's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to nutrition, and she knows exactly what to put into your body to get the best outcome from your body. And you can find her, The Juice Bar, on Facebook and Instagram, JOOS. A shout out as well to Harlequin Pepper Yoga, 320 Allegheny Street in Hollidaysburg. I love yoga. It's changed my life. It changes my body, helps me relax, helps me stay calm, stay focused, stay centered. And right now, if you check out Harlequin Pepper Yoga in-house, maybe you go see Aaron at 320 Allegheny Street, or you go in the App Store or Google Play, use the code word ROBZ, and you get 1 month for free toward a 6-month or a year membership at Harlequin Pepper Yoga. Facebook and Instagram, that's how you find her. Sarah's awesome. Aaron's awesome. Steph is awesome. Jen is awesome. Alan is awesome. I love having sponsors that I support what they do. I support their cause, and they kick ass. So I'm happy to have them as sponsors on the podcast. It's not a bad thing. It's a really, really good thing. And it's a good thing that you're here as well. So I can't thank you enough for listening to this show. I love Rachel. She's so great. She'll be on again soon because she's just fun to talk to, man. Sometimes I like to have people on here because Rachel and I know each other from her job shadowing me many years ago. And it's just really fun to sit down with somebody who is just fun to talk to, has funny things to say, and has a cool outlook on life. So thanks, Rach, for being here. Whoops, I called her Rach. And Zebras, thank you for listening. I will talk to you next time. I love all y'all equally. Later.
That's brutal.